Good morning, Echo Point Antarctica! The weather is good today, only 32 below zero with a slight chance of snowball. Among the hottest news, Mei is now one of the top heroes of the Overwatch League after the 2-2-2 revolution, and the bright future is now on top of us. This also means the Mei peak ratio is bound to increase in ranked modes where the best has also already happened. That's why I'm going to show you how to ult better than your evil twin in the opposite team. Those who played CSGO already know what I'm talking about. We'll follow up with a nice collection of positions to toss your snowball right into the middle of the enemy team when they aren't ready for it. First up, defense. Point 1. This one is quite simple. Stand near the door and aim at the closest corner of the ledge above you. Jump and toss the snowball. It'll fall right on the middle of the point, either buying your team some time or opening up for a retake. Now let's talk about the second point. If your team has lost the fight in the archway, but you have already regrouped, the best option you have is to fight at the street corners. Climb onto the balcony, stand under the beam and jump. This'll position you nicely for the toss. Now, imagine two lines, one coming out of the spire, the other out of the skyscraper. Aim at the intersection of those lines, jump and toss. Surely the enemy team won't freeze, but they're likely to get separated, and that's exactly what you need to win a fight. The third point doesn't really need any tossing, you'll need the ult to contest. Now let's talk attack. Just like earlier, you'll be using your ult to initiate a fight. If you think that Mei shouldn't initiate, you should also think about switching your hero. First points first. Unlike the defensive Tossouts, Mei on attack can afford to take her time to position herself. Go onto the cinema theater balcony and duck under the sigil to not get sniped. When your team is ready, stand up, aim at the ledge right above the A ladder and make the toss. This tossout will be a nasty surprise for anyone hiding near the phone booth. If the enemy team is holding closer to the statue, use this tossout instead. Stand just outside the spawn and aim at the clock tower. The higher you aim, the closer the snowball will land. Run, jump and toss. Now the second point. If your enemies are holding the corner and not the archway, you can use this tossout. Stand on top of the cap, right on the top light. Aim at the center of the left line of the right square and toss the snowball while running and jumping. You won't have a lot of roof to run on, so practice this one extensively. If the enemy team is holding the end of the second stretch, use this tossout to kick them out. Get up the stairs of the pub and back yourself onto the pipes. You won't fall. Now aim at the edge of the chimney, jump and toss it. The enemies will face a binary choice, go forward or go back. And the rest? The rest depends on how good a team you have got. And the last but not the least, the toss out for the last meter of the path, when all you need is for the enemy to back off. It may seem simple, but it's a pretty complex toss, as it is the easiest to do wrong. Toss it a little earlier than needed and you miss. Toss it a degree to the right or to the left and you miss it. Worse, you'll leave the enemy enough space to contest safely. You must time your toss right when you start falling down. If you toss late, try to compensate by lifting your mouse up. That's it for today, Echo Point Antarctica. Like, subscribe and leave your comments below, cause your opinion counts. Your opinion only counts if it is constructive criticism and or useful advice. We do not look if your avatar is anime or not to make your opinion count. If you main Doomfist, Hanzo or Genji, and or if you miss Goats, and or if your favorite team is Vancouver Titans, your opinion doesn't count.